Hi. Happy Victory Day, 8th of May 2025. Sometimes it feels like we are kind of under an occupation, just under a different flag. Today I woke up and well, I turned on the computer and kind of the first video that appeared on the feed was a Polish politician doing what I don't see any Norwegian politician having the balls to do. He took the European Union flag and torched it because of all the... It's not everything European is all that, put it that way. And here in Norway we have kind of had a tradition. We had voted on it twice, both times no, despite fervent media campaign that Norwegians are the Norwegian mindset is to be a sovereign nation through and through. And sometimes we fail at defending it. Sometimes we are being made to fail to defend it. And I think that is what I want to talk about today is, well, we have Liberation Day today, and God bless the people who gave their lives for our freedoms. And shame on us for being taking it so lightly today. To me, I am one of those people that are kind of always been very... hey, I love Europeans, but who starts wars for no good reasons, or for just that you need resources that you don't want to pay for, or you cannot wait for to get by peaceful means. Who manufactures catastrophes? Who pushes the border? Drang nach Ost. It's them further south. It's not us. We have pretty firm borders, and we have it with Sweden. Originally, we had two more territories in Sweden, but we kind of relinquished them. No big problems. If they want to rejoin Norway, they're welcome. If not, good for you. We're still related, and we're somewhat related to the people down south as well, especially the Danes. And also the Germans, if you read the books. But people are of the opinion that we had to give up our fight against the Nazis because they had such overwhelming military power. And I'm of the opinion that that may not be necessarily so. And I think I have some good people on my side. Birger Eriksen, the colonel who sunk Blücher. He was near retirement at his age. He'd been serving for around 25 years around several of the Norwegian coastal fortresses. Bergen, Trondheim, Kristiansand. I don't know if he was up in the high north also, but in all those batteries, and I think he was in Stavanger also. He was not so much a political man, but one very much into technical solutions and stuff like that. And his estimate was that he was of the opinion that Norway didn't even need to have better, get better weapons or equipment even, as old and archaic as it was. I mean, I think our premier fighter planes at the time were some double-decked gladiators. It's not much to. That's really not heavy firepower. But still, Norway is a rocky country, and for the most part, and especially if we have, if we trust our government and our king, and we feel that this goes mutual. We have a morale like very few others. We have the Finns, perhaps. The Finns are staunch as well. And anyway, to be defending your country is way easier than it is to be the aggressor. You have to put a lot more resources to bear to take a country that don't want to be invaded. Norway did not want to be invaded, while the Germans could waltz over, Czechoslovakia, Poland, France, Netherlands, Belgium, just in a matter of weeks. We had a handful of people up north, just like we had more ammunition. We could definitely have a shot more. There's so many stories there, but our troops held the line far longer than any other of the bigger and better equipped nation down on the continent. In part also because Norway is, as I say, it's a stone fortress. And imagine then if it was well-equipped nation, if we had enough ammunition. Of course, I'm putting a lot of blame squarely on the shoulders of the Labour Party, the Nygaardsvold-regeringen. They had nice enough. They had this broken gun policy. We wanted to be a peaceful nation at any cost. And that's a good ideal to be a peace nation, but it's a no-brainer. If you don't have the weapons to defend your rights, you're gonna get jumped. That's a given. So well, I don't know. I think it was in September 1939 the first Norwegian transport ships got sunk by Nazi U-boats out in the North Atlantic. There was no reason for the government not to be on their toes. And I believe from the first sinking out in the Atlantic to the 8th of April. Yeah, I know you guys say 9th of April, but actually Los 1, the Los ship, I don't know how to say in English, that was patrolling out in the Oslofjord Gap, and got sunk by Blücher around 11 o'clock on the 8th of April. So that's where I'm going. But even then, I mean, the stories I've read from there is that that little ship, maybe it was staffed by 3 people and just a tiny vessel. up to Brüche, and you are not supposed to be here. Remove yourself immediately, or you will be fired upon. So, but they of course got blown out of the water. But it says something that Norwegians, especially if we are paid on duty, we don't get picked on the nose. That's if I can be proud of it, I am. Even though I didn't serve myself in the military, I was considering it. If I had gotten into the Air Force, I'd be having a military career. I did have a go at it some years later, but that's an entirely different story. I won't go into here. It's because that's yeah, it's something else. But keep focus there now on the spring of 1940. Birger Eriksen, who of course sank Brüche, he did that without orders from the higher ups, because there was nobody in the office that took the phone when he called in. And after the war, there was, he almost had to face military court, not only for just acting on his own, but also for the day after the Battle of Oslofjord was lost and the Nazis had taken the capital. There really was no point in fighting, especially when you don't have any resources to fight with, because the government didn't care about so sad. The Germans needed feet on the ground to take the country, and as long as we could have, kept sinking their ships out at sea, we would incur on them extreme losses. To build those battleships is a lot of work, it's a lot of resources, just go blub 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 blub, and along with a lot of human lives, people that gee, didn't you wish you just stayed at home instead of ending your life drowning in Oslofjord for der Führer? Or on the Eastern Front, or in Sahara, or in the Balkans. So other places, they say Africa, in France, or the skies of the British Isles, or out in the Atlantic. Good people die on both sides and on all sides when war is declared, and many good lives that could have turn out to be a great boon for humanity, never get to show their mettle, and other than go out and kill somebody else. I know I have a song, or maybe it's just written on the back of the album. Only when you learn to disobey your greedy leaders can peace ever come. And I kind of think there is something to it. A good leader is worth obeying. A bad leader is, the best thing you can do is just face him down. But I don't like that. Don't question my authority. It's order of the day. In Trondheim, do I want to go there even? It's such a nasty story. And it's, as far as I know, they're mostly just available in the Norwegian literature. O.C. Gunnarsen, the mayor of Trondheim, is getting invaded by the Nazis. And further up in Steinkjer, the battle is still raging because staunch Norwegians don't want to surrender the country to, you know, even if it's what you call a Broderbund, people of same kind. They are coming here, as I say, like a thief in the night. It's no go. Gonna meet resistance. I think O.C. Gunnarsen also was a Labour Party politician. God knows why aren't these people ever put on trial? It's like after the Reformation, the Protestant Reformation, a lot of people who wanted to be Catholics, wanted to continue to obey the Pope in Rome. They moved to the States. It was not necessarily because they were poor. It was just because they didn't have freedom to practice their faith. And you know, in the Catholic Church, it's so that you can, I think you can pay for absolution. I'm not sure if they have, maybe they have discontinued that now. But here in Norway, in absence of the Catholic Church, it seems like the Norwegian Labour Party kind of took up the same practice. And if you just vote the Labour Party, you can have a great life, no problems. You're absolved from your sins just by being in the Labour Party. It's crazy, but I've often thought so, even in these darkest times here and other. If I just had been a Labour man, I could. Both my parents were. I just never had any. I just never. It's not been. It's too much dirt in Arbeiderpartiet. There's a lot of great people. Make no mistake. On the lower levels, it's kind of like the Freemasonry almost. On the lower levels, you meet a lot of really nice, decent people. But the higher you get, it's not good. So this is also why I never became a Freemason or any of those secret societies. Is that there's a good chance on the top. It's something you don't like, and besides, it's not fun. Even if on the lower levels you see people doing things that makes your conscience revolt. But you are bound under oath not to disclose. I don't think I could live with that, not for very long. Or I would be dead inside. So, I mean, maybe I make some new enemies today. Hopefully I get some new friends as well. I'm saying that. But these are just my frank beliefs, and as I said many times before, I'm always ready for an open discussion about these things, but so few volunteers. Maybe I'm just so boring. maybe something you don't want to tell me about what is the problem and why you think I'm stupid for having these beliefs that you don't dare to challenge in an open discussion. Our founding fathers, for instance, they were they were very aware that they didn't want to have any of these secret societies establishing themselves in Norway. And I think maybe in part, you know, I'm fully aware there are two sides to a story. You know, this is also why I'm always looking for a discussion, just so people can make an informed choice, whether or not. That's so unfashionable these days. Believe me, when I was a kid, that was some of the highest ideals you were taught in school. But we have to move with the times, and now it's just the stupid people and the most primitive. They want to have an honest and open discussion. Everything else is just going to be left to a board of directors, and we raise hands on it, and probably we have a predetermined outcome we want to have. We strong arm our way, so people always, you know when to know which side to. All of this, I just think this waffling about here, I could make the point so much sharper and to the point if I had it in a discussion, instead of me just trying to pull out a talk. But since it's this day, and it's something that's been weighing on me for many years to make, okay, let's just open up about this and get it out in the open. It's not like I have something, I cannot possibly lose anything on it. So it's a beautiful day. But do you really think Norway could have stopped the Germans in their tracks? Yes, absolutely. It would. I definitely think it would have been a good idea, just from September 1939 and the first sinking of the ship, just you raised mobilization. Hey guys, get your backpacks ready. Double check your rifle. Is it oiled? Do you have enough bullets? No. Okay, here you have 500 rounds more. It's good. 1,000. Okay. Great. Good. You have some friends out there. Okay, yeah, we sent some more rifle and some more bullets so you can give to your neighbors as well, because they might well be coming this way, and you better be prepared. And in any case, it's always good with a society that know how to handle their guns. This is one of the fitness tips of Thomas Jefferson in one of his writings, in one of his letters with a colleague, cannot remember whom. He writes something that while ball play is all well and good, football, I think, is what what was the closest simile to football at that time. It's much better that a man brings with him his loaded rifle when out taking a walk. It's way better exercise, because where in football you have a team of people more or less mindlessly just running after the ball and trying to, when they get it, they kick it off again, and it does a good. It's good for the physique, but it doesn't do so much for your head. And carrying an armed gun does a lot. You are way more, scrupulous. You need to be okay. Don't do anything stupid, because you have the power to kill at any time. And sometimes I would land you a nice dinner. Let's not disregard that. Even though you think everybody's just gonna go out and kill each other. No, I'm saying just the opposite. You stupid people kill each other. Intelligent people know better. And I think even in an open carry society, even if it was happening overnight, 90% of the stupid people will take one another out in the first 3 weeks, basically, and just because they don't know how to contain themselves. But then Norway would be very hard to take, even if they had moles here, there, and everywhere. A story I often hear from the Liberty Man at republicbroadcasting.org, a radio show you definitely should check out, is that in the years leading up to the invasion of Norway, Germany had a lot of kind of like how the situation has been in the States with the illegal immigrants. It's young people, men of military age, going for a holiday to Norway. I mean, if it shouldn't, that's okay. But the government of Norway should really see some red flags when the Nazi government buys up all your tourist maps, and you basically couldn't find it in the Norwegian stores anymore because everything was sent over to Germany. What? So maybe there were like 1,000 Nazis already planted around in this beautiful country. But they would not have much to do if we had been properly prepared. Germany don't have a big coastline, for instance, and for them to maybe they drove through Denmark in a day, but at the same time, for instance, the Danish king, he didn't flee the country with the gold. He stayed behind, and he daily he took to his horse to the streets of København and agitated against the German invaders throughout the war. And I think that's I take off my hat for that, because I think that's respect. That's how you inspire your nation to be proud of who they are. And I think they had a very, I don't know so much about the Danish resistance during World War II, but they also have a coastline, and if they've been proven to be an unruly nation to hold, it would be because if we in Norway just wouldn't get picked on the nose like what happened, sinking the ships out in the Skagerrak, the German fleet could not have been able to bring to bear enough ships and troops for very long before also German nationals would be saying, "Hey Hitler, what are you doing? Norwegians are our brother people." And you are asking us, they clearly are not wanting us coming this way. You're destroying our great relationship by this breach of trust. We could be fomenting that even just by having a real solid defense in the south. And let's not forget, these days, I never will say that we should never be a bit wary of the Russians, because I think there's a good reason for it. But they actually helped us getting rid of the Nazis after the war, during the war, final stages of it, and when it was over, they pulled their forces back. So clearly that's not the big issue here. Today we have in our government, as I said, we voted twice on the European Union, and both times we said no. Unfortunately, all the elected politicians, well, not all, but by and large, they've been such eager beavers to satiate the European Union that as per today, we are the country, we have voted into effect more EU legislation than your average European Union country. So while we are not part of the Union on paper, there's even there, I think that's something that is also a breach of our constitution, which states that Norway is one whole udelelig og suverent country with our own law above any other law. So to have that European Union legislation about how bent the banana should be or how straight the cucumber should be, it's just stupid. One thing that I've been talking a bit about lately is, oh yeah, here comes is that, for instance, to drive your car, you need to have EU-godkjenning. You have to take your car to some place, that's motlys, and they will do some checks on it to see if it is suitable for European road standards. And what's it called? You know what? If a car in Norway is good for Norwegian roads, I guarantee you 100 million times it's definitely roadworthy for the European roads, because here we have hills and valleys, bins and nooks, and sometimes very narrow roads where you have the choice between either you drive out into the sea and drown, or you drive into the granite wall, or you somehow make it. I mean, Norwegian drivers on average, I think, would beat the average Norwegian driver is way more proficient than the average European driver, just by how the country is built. So why, here I'm coming with this Norwegian supremacy, what is this called? Norwegian chauvinism. Why isn't European legislation should be bent to Norwegian standards? If a European car comes to Norwegian soil, it should be tested that it's able to drive around here, which in many cases, as it turns out, with especially truck drivers notice this. If it's a European driver or a Norwegian driver, it's a big difference. They say that capiche? But I think also while it's very fashionable for people of my sort to be a kind of, and I am also a bit of the same. I think when we take in our new countrymen, you have to make them be proud of being in Norway and want to work for Norway. You don't want them to have the values they escaped, they fled their country. You don't want them to take those values that has been making a commotion down there, also be a commotion up here. And this is something that is coming evident everywhere. So so many people talking about it. But in general, I like. I feel I get well along with the foreigners, and often many times better than with average Norwegian, because many Norwegians they're just so used to platitudes and everything is served on a silver platter. So the Norwegians need to learn how to think for themselves again, and also need to be able to think intelligently, even when they are not being paid for it. Because this is something I see time and again. We have some, beautiful solutions, the technical solutions and whatnot. This, that, and the other, and that's been born through, good people getting paid to think about how do we solve these problems. So clearly we have the intelligence, but we only employ it when we are being paid. It's a profit motive, and then there's also a profit motive not to think, as was the case like during the lockdowns. You could not reason with people that they were so bought into this. Okay, here I think we have some gold in a sense. If you don't have any values that you are willing, you never want it to be like that, but if it comes to show that they want to jab you with something you don't want to have, or you lose your job. Don't let them. Choose. No, you're gonna. No, God will help you. That's all I can say. But be able to be as difficult as you want to be. That also makes the country much more hard to invade, that the people are just staunch on their own. And learn to cooperate with your neighbors. It's a good thing. Most people in Norway are actually pretty good at that, I think. I don't know in the cities anymore, but out here, we live our own lives, but we also know that it's good to chip in, and it builds a good community. Makes it much more, makes it better for everyone. And you want to make it safe for people to grow up in. I feel there are some very important points I'm missing here that I wanted to talk about as well. For instance, in Serbia, in 1941, that was a year after, and Germany is absolutely winning on all fronts. They wanted to invade Serbia, but the Serbs didn't want to be invaded. They did not want to be invaded, so they did not wait for the government. They just went out on the streets. We rather die than be slaves. And that cost Hitler a heck of a lot. Because at the time he was getting ready for his Barbarossa, Drang nach Ost, another failed operation take Moscow. He had to reroute 500,000 troops down to Serbia to just deal with the insurgency. If we had been the same in Norway, a year before, the Danes also. The Dutch would be much easier to, and the Belgians and the France. It would just have been saving a whole lot of human lives, a lot of misery. I think maybe that's one of our responsibilities up here in the high north, where we have all seasons. Winter, summer, spring and autumn, and where we are for the most part like 15-20 centimeter soil between us and granite. We've actually built a nation out of rock, and a pretty hefty nation by any standards. It's one that I've been one of those very few people that have been fortunate enough to be poor in this country, not and living without support. I would say almost more in line with the historical standard of Norway, without electricity for many years. Thank God I'm not entirely out of the doldrums as of yet, but I think with the work that I'm doing and that I keep producing and delivering, sooner or later somebody is gonna show some money my way and be happy to employ my services for something useful. I would imagine. If I had been a man of means and met somebody like me, I'm not sure what I can do with you, but I would like to have an open line of communication, and I don't know anything you need. Can you have? Let's not go there. But in any case, it's good to have some people that are able to think outside of the box. Norway is also known for being in the top 10 list of the most conform countries on the planet. It's a double-edged sword. On one side, you have a lot of cohesion. Norwegian in the south and Norwegian in the north have pretty much the same values, even though there are big differences in how life is. If you meet a northerner, they will say it's very big difference between north and south. I have a niece. She loves up north and been working up there for many years. And for my part, some of the people I've been working most with for the longest are people from up almost up at North Cape, just some stones throws away. But on the other side, because you have all this cohesion, there's also is that a lot of people are a bit afraid for wrong think and maybe a bit too dependent on. Maybe this is just what is created by the media that people have been afraid of expressing their opinion and having an honest discussion. What I talked about earlier. So yeah, one thing that I can remember from these EU negotiations way back, the people that were pro-European Union, what they usually would say in a condescending tone is vi slutter å være så jævlig sære her på berget. Stop being so the weirdos on the mountain. No, no, no way. Enjoy your weirdness. Use it for good, and stay strong. That's we need to have. We have politicians proud of being Norwegian politicians and representing Norway to the fullest. Fridtjof Nansen was not a politician. He was one that took our nation leaps and bounds ahead of any other nation when it comes to humanitarian help. Not just a Nansen passport, but also where the League of Nations, the forerunner to the UN, United Nations, dragged their feet in helping the Armenians during the genocide, the Turkish genocides against the Armenians. Nansen just took off his own pocket. The guy just wanted to. What he wanted to do was go to the South Pole, but he found a higher calling there, and he wasted no time in helping people and paying just. And through that, he showed how useless the politicians are and how ineffective they are in times of need. And he showed this, sovereign resolve, just took it out of himself and made something that helped a lot of people. Also during the Russian Revolution, for instance, it is said that one of the reasons the Russians didn't go all out in trying to invade Norway is that because of the respect they had for Nansen and all the lives he had saved during their great, the communist uprising. That gosh, it's just not good. Something that the Reds, the Red Party is still not want to talk about. But communism doesn't work. And actually, yeah, I'm talking about the Reds. I'm having this red hat. I like some of the stuff Trump is doing. I'm not a never Trumper. When he and Kennedy are making food safe to eat again, and making water drinkable again, they are doing way better than any of our politicians and way better than any on the continent. Yeah, Yeah, there we are going. I did not mention WWII. Here we have the best milk, and they are putting stuff in the cow's feed that the cows don't want, that they get sick from, that also get into the milk. That is disturbs the hormones and kills sperm. In addition to that tobacco we had a few years ago with double experimental injections that caused so many deaths and people being impaired for life. It's kind of not the best when you have immobilized large parts of your population. It's not the best time to agitate war towards the east because. I know this deserves a deeper discussion, of course, but I'm thinking I'm getting towards the end of this video here. Thankful the video has kept with me. I'm always waiting for it to break because it's full memory. If I had better equipment, I think I would make more videos. Try to get better at it. Less cringe. The red hat is not. It's because the Nazis also were they during the war. Nisselue. Red hat was verboten. I have binders now. I have it on my jacket. If you see me wearing a binders, the Nazis didn't like that either. So if you see me wearing it, that's why. So yeah, but with Trump, what I would like them to see is get away from all digital ID. Revoke all plans, revoke all the laws given during the lockdowns because they are unlawful, and the Patriot Act, of course. The eviscerate all of those would be great, and put the power back firmly in the hands of the people, and not in the state. I think that would be great. If you did that, but in any case, whether it's from the east or from the west, we should always resist technocracy and a digital surveillance society, soy society, actually. So yeah, there you have my 2 dimes on that, and that I wish you still a great 8th of May celebrations. My special day is tomorrow. I wonder what they will bring. And spare a thought for all the people that gave their lives. I mean, oh, here we are. There's some more to the topics. The war sailors, the people that gave their lives for our freedom out in the Northern Sea. After the war, just as with Eriksen, giving them a good pat on the back, and so many of those people died poor, forgotten, and the state just didn't want to acknowledge them. It's the people are Gutta på skauen. They were been widely presented as being drunkards, not to be taken serious under any circumstances, and the people that up in the north that whose closest allies were the Soviets, whether you like it or not. After the war, they were under heavy surveillance for being communist sympathizers, even though the real dangers have always been in the government. So, or at least that is what my thinking is. I don't think the people up north that were sympathetic to the Russians could have done so much to overthrow the nation as regeringen Nygaardsvold did in 1940, just by not doing anything. Okay, see ya. I'm wishing you a great one.